wanted to do another quick video on movement and navigation. This is going to be very, very quick. Uh, Movement is simple to explain uh, and hard to do initially until you get the hang of it. It's not really intuitive because you're using two different sticks together to do complex movement. So the actual sticks, the movements that the sticks make individually is very simple. And I'll explain. The left stick controls your character on the screen. If I press the left stick to the left, I walk to the left. Notice that I'm facing straight ahead. If I press the right stick to the right, I walk to the right, still facing straight ahead. If I press the stick up, I walk forward. If I press the stick back, I turn around and I walk backwards. But I can't see what's off to the right, and I can't see what's off to the left, and I can't see what's behind me or above me, and I can't stare at the ground and see what's on the ground. All of that is the camera view. That's controlled with the right stick. I'm not touching the left stick. I'm just touching the right stick. I'm going to move the right stick to the right, and it pans the camera to the right. And the reason I say it pans the camera is I'm not moving. It's just the view of the character, the view of the world. We call it the camera view. If I move my stick to the left, right stick to the left, it pans to the left. If I press the right stick up, I stare at the sky. If I press the right stick down, I stare at my feet. So I'm going to press it up until I get about there, and I'm going to stop. I generally try to keep my right stick looking right around here. This is just kind of an eye-level view. The cursor, you'll notice, always stays in the middle of the screen. The cursor doesn't really move. What changes is our view. So, left stick moves the character, forwards, backwards, right and left. The right stick changes our view. When we combine these two sticks together, we get complex movement. So I'm going to press forward on the left stick to walk straight ahead. This is all I'm doing, pressing forward on the left stick. Now I'm going to press forward on the left stick, and I'm going to add the right stick. First I'm going to press to the left, then I'm going to press to the right, and we'll see what happens. Press to the left, I start walking to the left. Press to the right, I start walking to the right. All I'm doing right now is holding my left stick straight up, walking forward, and turning the right stick to the right or the left. And now I've got myself trapped. There we go. So left stick is just straight up, right stick to the right stick to the left. When you change where you look, while you're walking, you walk in that direction. I can press straight up on the right stick, and I can stare at the sky and walk forward. This is not a really good place for illustrating this because there's so many little hills and stuff. Walking forward, press up on the right stick. Now I'm staring at the sky. I can stare at my feet, all while I'm walking forward. Let's see. I can strafe to the left. If I strafe to the left and I turn my stick to the right, I turn in a circle. Left stick to the left, right stick to the right. If you reverse them, left stick to the right, left stick to the right, right stick to the left, you turn in circles in the other direction. Now I'm walking backwards and looking at the sky. Now I'm walking forwards and staring at the top of my head. This is camera pan straight, camera stick straight down, right stick straight down, walking forward with the left stick. And that's all there is to it. That's complex movement. When you use these sticks together, I can walk and see all around me. And this is important later, especially in things like combat, because you'll want your character to do certain things. Like I want to punch forward, but I might then want to strafe to the right or the left. I want to move over here, see what's behind me. Practice doing this. Practice using the two sticks together, and not just using the two sticks together, but understanding what each stick is doing. So if you're using the two sticks together and it gives you some movement and you're not sure exactly how you got it, stop and start with one stick to see what just use one stick to see what that stick's doing, then add the other stick to understand the effect of using both sticks together. All right, that's movement. The other things are sprinting, which you already know how to do. You walk forward, you press down on the left stick. You don't have to hold it down. You can just press it down like a button. You start sprinting, and you'll sprint until you run out of stamina, and then you stop sprinting, and you'll have to press down on the button again to start sprinting again. Jumping is your A button. You know how to jump. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Navigation. I'll tell you what. Let's go sleep real quick. Navigation, it's essential to use the minimap. And I know that's hard. I know you can't really see it that well, but it's kind of essential, and I'll explain why. You can get around it by using the big map, but it's going to be way... You're going to find yourself getting lost more often. It's just less convenient, and I'll explain why here. The minimap, your position on the minimap is that yellow arrow. The tip of that arrow indicates what direction you're walking. So right now, that yellow arrow is pointing directly north, which means that the direction which I'm facing is due north. So if I pan my camera to look to the left, that arrow turns with me. So right now, I'm turning to the left. The arrow is turning on the minimap. The arrow is now facing west. Turn this direction. The arrow is now facing due east. Now the arrow is facing due south. And now if I walk, the arrow moves on the map, pointing in the direction in which I'm headed. That's why the minimap is essential, because it gives you a real-time update as to where you are and what direction you're moving. If you're not going to use the minimap, you have to use the big map. And the big map's just clunkier to use. And the reason for that is it doesn't update in real time. You have to stop, press the select button, bring up the big map. If it's not zoomed in, you want to press the right trigger to zoom in. And then from here, you get the same yellow arrow, and you can sort of see what direction you're pointed. Right now, I'm pointed, it looks like southwest. Now, if I want to go north from here, I have to get rid of my map. I know that I'm aimed southwest right now, so I kind of have to gauge, like, well, if this is southwest, then maybe this is west, and maybe this is north. Now to check, I have to go back to my big map. And yeah, I guessed pretty good. I'm actually pointed due north right now. And now you can walk due north. I know I've oriented myself. I know what direction I'm facing. I can walk forward. And I can do this maybe for a minute or two, and maybe still be pointing north. But if you wait too long, what happens is, you end up making small adjustments to avoid trees, to route around boulders and hills and rivers, the things I'm doing right now. And what happens is, check the big map. See, now I'm facing kind of a northwest, really. Right now, this is northwest, and it's not really the direction I wanted to go. So the point is, you have to keep checking the big map, because you can't see the mini map, so you're not getting real-time updates as to where you're headed. You just have to constantly be checking your big map and making small adjustments and going from there. If you can't see the mini map, that's what you're going to have to do. It's not as convenient, but it is a way of orienting yourself and navigating, and it can be done. You're not totally helpless. It just takes some getting used to. So remember, the direction that you're pointing when you're looking at the map is the direction that you're looking when you get rid of the map. So I'm sort of looking north right now. I'm looking north. If I turn this way, that's kind of east. I'm just guessing that this is kind of east, right? Now it's all based on camera. It's all based on the right stick. It doesn't matter if my character's facing this way. That doesn't matter. The direction that the arrow is going to show on the map is going to be whatever direction I'm looking, whatever direction the camera is showing. So I think that this is kind of west. Let's check the big map again. Yeah, it's doable. That's roughly west. So it is doable, but you have to just keep stopping and checking your map. And that's it. That's movement. That's navigation. If you noticed, you might have noticed that I'm wearing a feather cape. This is that item I was telling you about. It's an in-game item. It's late game. I just got it in my private game. You have to go through a ton of stuff to get it. I'm gonna spawn one for you because it's amazing. It makes movement so much more fun. First of all, you can't die from falling damage. It just completely does away with falling damage. It's impossible to fall and die. Um, Plus, you can do cool stuff like this. You can't fly, but you can float. So it makes moving around a lot more fun. I'll hook you up with that later. I'll hook you up with a pickaxe too, and and we'll get you going. So I hope that was helpful. If not, let me know. If I need to explain anything else, talk to you later.